I am a fiercely independent woman who makes choices based on my own needs and desires, and I expect to be free of past entanglements.
I'm a determined man who takes matters into his own hands when necessary, but I'm ready to start fresh and leave the past behind.
Let's start the story. Hey Max, you saw the divorce papers I left on the table for you, right? I've already signed them. You hurry up and sign them too, okay? Then get them to the courthouse as soon as possible.
Wait, just a second, Sarah. What's going on? This is all happening so fast.
I'm not waiting. I want to get a divorce as soon as possible.
Tell me, Sarah, did I do something wrong? I've been racking my brain ever since I found these after getting back from work. While I may not have been a perfect husband, I have no idea what I did to make you do this. So please, can you tell me why? If there's anything I can do to make our marriage work, I'll do it.
There's nothing you can do to make this work, Max. We're done.
Even if that's true, just tell me why. I honestly have no idea why you would do this to me. I won't be able to sleep at night unless you give me a reason.
Seriously, Max, I was planning on doing you a favor and leaving you with your dignity intact. But if you insist on me taking even that from you, then I guess I'll oblige.
If you were really concerned about preserving my dignity, I don't think you would have left a stack of divorce papers on the table and left without saying a word.
Okay, well, don't say I didn't warn you. The reason I'm leaving you is your salary.
My salary, when we got married, I thought you'd make a decent enough income. But holy smoke, was I ever wrong about that?
Really, I mean, sure, I might not be making Elon Musk kind of money. But my salary is more than the national average. I was waiting for that. We have completely different concepts of our finances. Money may not be the most important thing in the world, but it is really important for married couples to be on the same page. But with a gap in understanding as big as ours, there was no way this was ever going to last very long. It was only a matter of time before a relationship would end like this.
I definitely see where you're coming from. It's super important for couples to have shared values with things like money. But if that's really all that's wrong here, then can't we talk things out? I'm sure we can come to an understanding if we took some time to discuss it.
Sorry, but no thanks. I feel like I'm going to be the only one who ends up having to make any compromises. I'm not interested in a marriage where I have to do all the sacrificing. I've already talked to my parents about this too, and they're totally on board with me divorcing you.
Wow, let me think this over.
Okay, fine, you have 3 days to make up your mind.
What, 3 days? That's nowhere near enough time. You talk to your parents. I want to talk to mine about this too. Can't you give me more time than that?
Be grateful I gave you 3 days. I was going to give you until tomorrow.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not, and out of the kindness of my heart, I agreed to compromise again to give you 3 days. You know me, I don't like it when people keep me waiting for important things. 3 days is all you're going to get.
I can't believe this, but okay, I'll talk to you again in 3 days.
Okay, 3 days is up. Max, did you sign the divorce papers yet? Remember to take them to the courthouse with you.
Yeah, I signed them and I have them with me right now.
Good, by the way, my parents and I are going to go to the courthouse with you.
You are? Why?
Sounds like they want to have a little word with you before we're officially over.
I bet they're going to tear into you about being a poor loser.
Poor? Come on, Sarah. I told you before my salary is above the national average. We're upper middle class, not poor. Would you please give it up already? We're getting divorced and that's final. No amount of whining and pleading from you can change my mind.
Unreal. All right, I'll meet up with you all in front of the courthouse at 1.
Hey, you've got some explaining to do, Max. We just got back from submitting our marriage certificate at the courthouse and this strange person I've never met before asks me if my name is Sarah, then hands me this massive envelope. When I opened it up, it said you're suing me. What is your problem?
I heard through the grapevine that you were going to get married today. Congratulations. I hope the two of you are very happy together.
You can cut the sarcasm, Max. Listen up and listen well. We are divorced. That means I can do whatever I want with whoever I want. So, what makes you think you have the right to sue me?
I don't know what internet forum you got your legal advice from. But you can't sue someone for remarrying after divorcing you.
I get it, you're still in love with me and want me to get back together. But I'm telling you for the last time, that is never going to happen.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. I'm not suing you for remarrying. I'm suing you for your affair, the one you admitted to, remember?
What are you talking about?
I guess you didn't notice, but I wasn't alone on the day you and your parents came with me to submit the divorce papers at the courthouse. I had an acquaintance come along just in case, and that acquaintance heard the entire conversation you had with your parents in secret. Most importantly, they heard you saying that you didn't need to worry about me finding out you had an affair.
No way.
Of course, just overhearing that alone wouldn't be enough to win a court case against you. So, I hired a private detective to do some more digging for me. I was concerned at first, but I didn't know if you were still having the affair or if it was ongoing. Meaning there might not be any way to catch you, but then I got help from a very unexpected source.
I don't like where this is going.
You said the envelope was thick, right? There should be 2 other envelopes inside of it, one for me and one for your new husband's ex-wife.
Oh, you're right, there's one more in here. She had been suspecting her husband was having an affair for quite some time and had been gathering mountains of evidence against him. She was generous enough to provide me with all the evidence that she had. Thanks to that, I was able to finally make my move against you today.
So, tell me, Sarah, how does it feel to get sued by your ex-husband on the day that you got married?
No way, you mean you actually waited until the day we got married to do this on purpose?
Your new husband's ex-wife was the one who came up with the idea. It seemed so hilarious to me that we teamed up and coordinated it.
I don't believe this, you are such a scumbag, Max.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that from you. You're the one who decided to carry on an illicit affair rather than have the decency to divorce me.
But we're divorced now, aren't we? And you didn't know about my affair when I divorced you, so what's the problem?
Here's an opportunity to give you a legal lesson. It turns out that by law, I can still sue you for infidelity after our divorce as long as the infidelity was discovered within 3 years of the date our divorce was finalized. So yeah, I can 100% sue you.
Really, I'm sorry, did it up your perfect plan? Did you think that you could get away with what you did scot-free as long as you divorced me before I found out?
Well, it doesn't work that way, Sarah.
So, you're really going to sue me, like for real?
Let me put it this way. You see the dollar amount on page 4 of the stack of papers I sent you? You should operate under the assumption that you're going to have to pay me an amount pretty darn close to that.
Oh no, well, whatever, unlike you, my new man's the kind of guy who can pay for something like this with no trouble. I may have made a slight miscalculation, but it's not going to be that much of a problem.
Is that so?
Yeah, it is, so, he's a big shot in a wedding consultancy company. His salary is way more than yours ever was or ever will be. He's got talent, ambition, money, power, the total package. A few days after that last exchange, my lawyer informed me that Sarah still wants to try to get back together with me. As I predicted, her new husband got fired from his company shortly after, and she divorced him that very day. But like I said, her life isn't my problem anymore, so I told my lawyer to just ignore her and keep negotiating the settlement. As for me, I put in a transfer request to my company after the divorce was finalized, which was accepted. So, I'll be moving across the state within the next few weeks. I also heard my sister's boyfriend propose to her the other day. He seems like a really upstanding guy, so I'm sure he'll take care of her. My lawyer finally reached a settlement with Sarah and her new ex-husband yesterday, and they'll be starting monthly payments next week. Obviously, my ex-wife doesn't have that kind of money, so her parents are selling their house and borrowing the rest from relatives. Last I heard, They were all living together in a cheap one-room apartment and working day and night in order to make ends meet.